We've always said, well, Canada is different than the US. Even a right-wing politician in Canada barely make it into the Republican Party, might even be a Democrat, right? Because we're just over here, and their extreme is sort of over there. Well, that's not true. It's absolutely not true. And I know it because a bunch of the tactics that Republicans, Karl Rove and George Bush and all those guys used over the last 15, 20 years, one of them is called voter suppression. Does anyone know what voter suppression is? What the tactic is?
I'm going to assume it has to do with making the voting process seem too difficult for people to care and to try it. Or is it just not encouraging voters?
It is, yeah, why don't you take a shot?
It involves gerrymandering,
That
changing
can involve
districts and what districts you're voting in, because if, like for instance, I know what they're doing a lot in states in terms of like electing senators is they make it so that women who hold seats right now in Senate, their voter districts are changing, so the people voting for them are conservative or Republicans rather than, and the people of color are being cut out of the places where they want to get rid of people electing the Democrats. And then the other thing they're doing, I know in the States, is changing the identification requirements for voting, so they're more strict on having ID, so which impacts students.
Yes,
and women and
poor people.
Poor people.
Do you know where the word gerrymander came from? When we say that something is gerrymandered, there was a senator in the States who was involved with the redistribution boundaries, and he started drawing up these maps that used to be just like, okay, these are the neighborhoods in this riding, that's that riding, and they were sort of block-like or whatever. And he would start to draw these ridings that would go and grab this neighborhood over here, and then skip these ones, and then grab one over there, and they would try to concentrate all the black people into one district rather than have them spread out and influencing a whole bunch of seats, or have all the poor people do that. And the first map he drew up looked like a salamander, and so his name was Jerry, and so they called it gerrymandering. And it continues to go on. Now both sides do it. Voter suppression goes further though, which the idea is to make progressive people think that their vote doesn't matter, and that they shouldn't bother to go and vote. And so they put barriers in front of you. Negative attack ads. That doesn't make you inspired, does it? Right? It doesn't make you go out when you see another slime fest and everybody down in the mud yelling at one another. It goes as far, and this happened in our last federal election, where phone calls will go out in the district, sending people to the wrong polling stations. Hi, we've changed your polling station. It's not at the church, it's at the school, way over there. What? Really? Yes. Okay, hang on. It's doing whatever it takes to lower the vote. Because the belief is that on the more extreme right-wing side of things, their voters are going to go out no matter what. They're going to go through hailstorms to vote. Whereas the left gets turned off by, oh, it looks so slimy, it looks like it's not very much fun, I feel like I want to be involved in something more hopeful. There's a reason. These are all reasons, and they're happening here in this country too.